GoPro, start recording.
Hey guys, welcome to Put It in They Face, where I break down some of my favorite red fishing eats.
When you see them face down, man, put it in their face. Put it in their face. Put it in their face.
So this is definitely in my top 10 favorite eats. The water's super clear, the redfish is super visible, and it highlights one of these techniques that I learned from my buddy Clay. Now, I love fishing marsh pockets. So generally, you're fishing like a big marsh pond, and then on the side and the shorelines, you'll see these little canals that go into these little back pockets. Some days there's a redfish in every single one of those pockets. So one of the things Clay taught me was, if you're gonna go look into a pocket, you kind of creep in there slow. You don't just go barging in there. So the idea is you kind of just creep up to the entrance of that little pocket. And when you do that, waves and vibrations kind of go into the pond. And if there's a redfish out there, you'll usually kind of get them a little bit spooked, where they're like, I gotta get out of here. So if you just post up there long enough, that redfish will generally come out. So this is what happened. So I'm in my kayak and I'm just kind of push-pulling along, and I just kind of just post up right in front of the entrance, and I stand up and I'm kind of looking around and waiting to see if I see something. And sure enough, this red starts coming out really slowly. Now when you see a red, you're kind of like looking at how fast they're moving, and I kind of know that when they're coming out of these ponds, they could be a little bit spooky. So what I was trying to do is cast about like 6 feet in front of him, because there was only one way he could go. So I was just going to cast into the grass and kind of just slowly work it, so that by the time he comes across that lure, it'll be there and presented naturally. But mid cast, he just spooks all on his own, and I have to quickly adjust, and I just like pull the lure to try and get it in front of him, because sometimes even when they're spooking, they'll pick up that lure and run with it. This time, he kind of looked at it, and I think he was about to eat it, and then he just kept going. So then I reel up real quick, and then I cast another one, and that one got in the face.
GoPro, start recording. GoPro, start recording.
So now I'm hooked up, and then I want to try to get another angle of the catch, the fight, so that I'm screaming at my GoPro in the front.
GoPro, start recording.
This heat was super clear because obviously the water's clear and there was virtually no wind. So I'm running a polarizer on my GoPro, so that just cuts the glare just like sunglasses. People ask me all the time about polarizers. In this clip, I'm using a polarizer lens that goes on top of your GoPro lens cover. And that works fine, but the issue is like, every time you want to try to change out your battery, you have to remove that lens, and then you end up having two lenses to kind of try and keep clean and clear. You got the polarizer lens, and then you got the main lens. The polarizer I use now, basically I just swap out the GoPro lens cover with the polarized one. So I don't have to worry about another lens on top, and I just got to keep that one clean. And so far, they work great at cutting the glare. I haven't tried enough of them to really see which one's the best. And I think between the two I have, both of them work fine. But I'll keep testing them. But that's how I really get the eats. Is I obviously turned on the GoPro because this is a strategy I like to do, and I was just waiting for that redfish to come out. I didn't know it was back there, but there's just usually like reds like in these little ponds, you know, during certain times of the year. So I got a hoodie on in here. What? Let me see the date on this. Yeah, so this was November 24th in Pointe-aux-Chenes, Louisiana, over at Pat Kayak. And it's really some of the best sight fishing of the year is in kind of winter, like late fall, beginning of winter, Thanksgiving time. Fall reds, the best.